What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, well, we have the official post for season rentals to get a little bit more details. We already found out, I believe, last week or during the last town hall that this would be going live on the next update, which is going to be Tuesday, February 28th. So we are just a couple of days away and now have all of the information that we need to see how this is going to work. So they give a little graphic here. You can see there's going to be an additional drop-down menu added, which will essentially be a daily or season filter. Now, the main thing to know here is that a season rental that starts with 7 or more days is going to be good for the rest of that season. If you do rent a card for that and the amount of time left in a season is under 7 days, it will be rented for the remainder of that season as well as the following season. So that's really the only, kind of sticking point here of ensuring, whenever you do start the rental, whether you are, well, actually, I mean, if you are the renter, but also if you are, if you are the card lord, then just know that obviously, if it's rented out with like 5-6 days left, it's going to be gone for that amount of time. But if you are renting the card out, you probably are okay with it being gone for that long. So season rentals are meant to be longer term, so players who are interested in only renting cards for a few days should continue using the existing daily rental system. So that is not going away, and it seems as though the 2-day minimum is going to still be in effect. And if you remember, one of the things that I was really critical on back, we'll call it, my goodness, like 6 months now, because I believe the 2-day minimum rental went live back in, I think it was July or August, right after the airdrop ended. And they had teased or talked about season rentals at that time. And I had just felt that, season rentals should be going live with this 2-day minimum because they were trying to attack the exploit. And I get that. They were trying to attack the exploit of people just coming in, renting for a day, maxing out their ECR and then, cooling off for a couple of days. And, that's fine. People may not think that that's an exploit, whatever. The team was trying to address that by putting in the 2-day rental. And I know that 2-day rental hurt a lot of people who are going in for, just a single day at a time. So with this, we finally have it. It's a full package. And then, they talk about the new Dex feature on the Peak Monsters platform as well on the bottom to really make this something simple, almost like a one-click type of deal. And I believe Peak Monsters is going to be working on like a one-click feature where you'll be able to go in and either select a deck, create your own type of deck of what cards that you would want, or you can go and see what the pros are using. You can see what other people have created, and then just go in, see how much it costs to buy, see how much it costs to rent. And obviously, once season rentals are live, I'm assuming there will be a breakdown in terms of how much it is to rent for a couple of days versus how much it is to rent for the entire season. But ultimately, this all plays into the new player experience, in my opinion. Granted, I am not a new player, and this is a feature that I have been waiting for a very long time and do plan to use because I just don't like the idea of, trying to rent a card for an extended period of time and just knowing that at some point it's going to get, canceled if the market starts to shift, or usually towards the end of season, people will try to chase higher yields. And then, of course, at the beginning of season, rental values just completely drop. So I'm actually hoping that a significant amount of card lords out there will be using this feature just to have a nice steady flow where it's just like, okay, what would I be good with renting this card out, knowing that it is going to be earning X amount per day for 15 days at a time, up to 15 days at a time, right? Or even on a monthly basis. So it will probably take a couple of seasons. I wouldn't be surprised if, there's a lot of volatility still in the market between now and the end of March. But it'll probably take a couple of seasons for us to kind of see where the levels are at, right? Somebody's going to look at, a certain card, a legendary card from Chaos Legion, for example, and say like, okay, this card, rents out for 1 DEC at the beginning of the season, 3 DEC at the end of the season, or 3 DEC during the middle of the season, and then at the end it like jumps up to 8. And so again, I'm just pulling numbers out, but the point being is that you take that and then try to find the average, the median for it, and just say like, all right, I'm good with if this earns like 3 DEC the entire season, 3 DEC every day the entire season, or 4 DEC, right? And so with that coming into effect, then of course keep in mind that there is going to be the listing fee, which is not going live this week, but is planned to go live, I believe, March 7th. I think that's gonna really reduce a lot of the undercutting and shifting of prices. People are just going to find something that they're good with, that they're happy with, and the market will adjust, right? The renters who come in will say, well, if it is worthwhile to pay that much, then we will rent. If it is not worthwhile, then we won't pay, right? So we'll see where that happy medium ends up being. But ultimately, I think it's going to normalize a lot of stuff out. Now, I do have to say, and this is not too, this is not a great anymore FOMO, but this is coming out at a very, very interesting time because we are ending, or we are going into the final million packs of Chaos Legion, of which I think half has already been, like 500,000 has already been kind of set aside for reward chests and Nifty Arcade. So it's really just the last 500,000 packs that we'll be looking at. And I wonder if there is any kind of, not FOMO, but just this market repricing, market volatility, specifically for Chaos Legion cards, obviously, right? Because it's only Chaos Legion that's going out of print. Rift Watchers is probably still going to be relatively high, and unless and until we can get to a point where more Rift Watchers packs are being bought and opened, that market won't get into another, the Rift Watcher card market won't get into another price discovery moment. So keep that in mind. I'm saying that I think we're going to find a good spot or happy medium for a lot of the Chaos Legion cards that are out there. But at the same time, there's still some things to be, to keep in mind. We're coming to the end of Chaos Legion. We could be getting, I don't know if Tower Defense is going to have any staking in it, but that may be going live within March or April. We know that Land Phase 1.5 is set to come in at some point in the next couple of months here, sometime in Q2. So even if we get into a, even if we get into a kind of a happy medium or a new equilibrium, that could be immediately upset in a good way, right? Because if a lot of cards are then taken off the market to get into these other games, such as Land, such as Tower Defense, and I was even going to mention Splinter Forge in there too. So shout out to Splinter Forge. You never know what could happen if a lot of these things are taken off the market, or we just see card supply dry up. Now, there's still a ton of cards out there. So I don't, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a long journey ahead, but the team does seem very committed in terms of eating up a ton of card supply while Chaos Legion is out of print. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. There's not too much else out of that. I am super happy that this is going to go live. I think it's going to make the new player experience that much better, that much easier. So when you have people who have participated in the Nifty program, or if you have people that, you're just trying to get in for the first time into the game and just have them and help them understand, well, now they can come in and they don't have to worry about, okay, I'm going to rent a card. And then when they come in to play on day 3, a couple of their rentals are gone and they're like, wait, what is this? Now it's just like, hey, if you want to come in and you're willing to spend money, right? So you're willing to rent, a silver deck, which at this point, again, it's a couple hundred DEC per day. So somebody coming in looking to play can just come in and be like, all right, well, yeah, I'm willing to give this a shot for a couple of cents or maybe a couple bucks per month, per day. Let me see what this is like for the month. Right? Let me see what this is like for the next 15 days or the next 2 weeks. So in that way, I think the experience is going to be a lot better for new players, but also for everybody else. And I personally am looking forward to it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you have any reservations, if you are just as excited for this, I know that I personally will be utilizing this feature, or at least plan to. And I normally don't like to rank cards for this reason alone, is because I just don't like stuff getting canceled. But now that I know, all right, I know that I'm going to have this until the end of the season. Let's say, with a couple of days left, or actually, well, then I would obviously be rented for the following season too. But it's just like, if I can make a champion run and I know that I can lock down a Core Lurker, or I can lock down a legendary card, or, a meta card that's important. And I know that I'm going to have it for the rest of the season. Let's go. I might as well. So I'm excited. Let me know your thoughts. I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.